Alright. Oh, 4,400.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our glorious Ashes of Creation July development update.
So, I'm noticing they don't have the Alpha 2
right at that. So
under a specific category. They just have reminders. Archetype preview, studio update, art update, and then questions and answers.
Remaining, and then people are like, 9 weeks confirmed, Alpha 2 date.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my
funny.
gosh. Let's try not to have Alpha 2 at the same time as my baby
literal
being
time.
born. Yeah.
We should turn the servers on as the baby is born.
That'll be like your gift.
She's the director of communications. She would
You're gonna have as much of a
be.
surprise as that.
She would not have fun. Okay.
Right? Like if it's during the
See,
day,
2 hours before Alpha 2.
Door, like,
That's why we're here.
Hard to see inside. And when that
Yeah, so what he just said was so a realm is what you log into, and a realm has like a bunch of servers, so like 8 servers, and then they all like replicate to host the realm. And what he's saying is that if some of them, like, if some servers go down, are there going to be like backups for the servers just to make sure it keeps working?
Already, they've resolved them. We've had a few announcements of something. So I'm gonna kind of hand this off to Steven.
Is it gonna happen?
To tell you guys.
Are they gonna announce it?
Absolutely, and super excited about this. We talked last month about providing an Alpha 2 date, and you know the reality of it is there is a lot that goes into what Alpha 2.
Oh yeah.
Is going to be delivering, what Alpha 2 testing is going to.
It's gonna last for a very long time.
When Alpha 2 testing begins, how we're going to ramp up in play time during Alpha 2. Those are all super important topics. We have a lot of information to deliver about that. We also have a roadmap that is going to be detailed.
They're gonna take They're gonna take a while.
Release content throughout Alpha 2, along with additional features as well. However,
and some ways that you guys get to engage with that process as well.
I'm excited about the Bard too. Typo.
That presentation is going to be a longer one, and I know that we talked about.
I hope that they'll showcase like just being able to play music like
the month that Alpha 2
long.
Begin in, and then we have planned 2 weeks from today, or is it 2 weeks from today? No, it's the 16th of August.
August.
Just put his face on the screen.
We have planned on
Alpha
August
2
16th
roadmap?
an AMA, and we are going to detail and talk about the Alpha 2 roadmap, when it's going to start, what we're going to be showcasing during those during Alpha 2, and
when it's going to start,
content and features are going to be released. What I can tell you today is that Alpha 2 will begin in the month of October. So we are a little bit beyond what we expected for quarter 3, slightly beyond. However, that's okay. We have got to do what's necessary in order to make sure
in the month of October is when it will be starting.
Is stable, and that we are able to collect the data that we want to collect. That we are able to.
The start date will be in October.
October is when Alpha 2 is going to begin. So you can walk from today knowing that October is going to be that time frame. And then come August 16th, we're going to have probably an hour to 2 hour long, roughly, live stream again, where we're going to answer all your questions about Alpha 2 and roll out the roadmap for Alpha 2.
When is it coming out?
You guys have
all the information, and then that will also be put into an article as well. So for those of you who don't necessarily want to watch an hour or too long,
that's crazy. Yeah, they just don't want it because there's no non-disclosure agreement for the Alpha 2, which means I could live stream the entire thing. I can make videos. I can show you the entire game. I can show you stuff that we currently don't even know about in the Alpha 2, which is why they want to make sure it's as polished as possible. So I do understand the October start date. I've been telling people September, but they have gone past their estimated time by a month. That's okay. September, October. So, hey.
Make sure that you're just posting them in the chat.
Okay, so they're dipping for 2 hours, and they're just going to show us a pre-recorded stream for the Bard, more or less. That's what's going on.
They're watching all the things.
This is what's on YouTube. Like after the live stream's over.
Blade dancers, I believe.
Yes.
I like the icon they have in the top left for the Bard. That's gorgeous.
But one of the big things we wanted to do with this Bard specifically was not to focus specifically on just song or dance, but have kind of a culmination of a bunch of different of these themes all together in the same kit. So
to make
you can see down the
a Bard.
bar, we got some
Ooh.
melodies, dances, songs, all working together to build out this kit.
All right, so I'm opening up the skill tree here.
So
and
notice that.
obviously,
Look at all those
we're level
abilities.
10. So for those of you guys who are tuning in for the first time,
Dang,
I just
you
want
know.
to preface, as is necessary in our obligatory kind of discussion point here, everything you see is a work in progress. That
Yeah.
includes mainly the UI elements,
Okay.
the
I'm liking their
effects, visual
UI better and
effects.
better with every live stream and every video
But
they
what
have.
you're going to see right now, we have a lot of these abilities already spec'd. You wouldn't normally have.
Okay. I was wanting to make sure that they wouldn't have like 29 skills at level 10. That's kind of crazy.
In order to kind of give you guys insight to the class.
Rigid, right? Like there
2 hour
were very
stream.
specific paths that were linear, and if you wanted to get to a particular skill, you would have to take a very set path to get there. And while some of that is desired, like if you
There's
don't
that
have
UI
any of
bug.
that, then you don't really have a skill tree at all. But we wanted to open it up and give a little bit more freedom of choice. So
Choose to play your
in
melodies
this
with a flute.
version of the tree, you'll notice
Oh.
that rather than these ongoing linear branches going in different directions,
So you can
you
change
have
that to
essentially
drums
tiers
or
of skills.
flutes.
So
I thought
you'll
I
see
saw
3
lute
tiers,
as one.
the bottom, the middle, and the top. As you invest points into each tier, eventually you'll unlock access to the next tier. So for example, to get to that second tier, you need to put 4 points into the tier below. So it gives you a bit more freedom of which skills you pick, while keeping you within that tier before it lets you go on to the next one. And usually each tier has a bit more advanced abilities. So it's also a good way of introducing you to the archetype.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
And this is obviously something that we have distributed across all of the archetypes for the purposes of Alpha 2. That's something that you and your team are going to be collecting a lot of information from players as they, give us their feedback and play through kind of the skill tree progression. We'll be tuning that as that information comes in.
They're gonna get information overload when this alpha comes out.
Brian is the tank. Brian, I can't even see you. You're literally hiding behind a shield. You're smaller than the shield. I think this book is larger than you.
Oh, they're calling out the dwarf.
That's the dwarf tank fantasy, right?
Dwarven strat right there.
Look at him.
Oh.
Oh, he's tired.
I nuked him.
Okay, he's nuked. All right. So you've lost some health, Brian. Now we are going to. Oh, by the way, I think this is the first time since Alpha 1 that we have had a Dunir in one of the live streams. So
Juniors are dwarves. Okay.
love it. All right, so now
You can do a
let's
little
go
flip.
use this cheerful melody.
Oh, that's fun.
And see how it affects your healing. You're at 578. Oh, very cool. And talk to me about cheerful melody, kind of how it works.
Yeah, so this applies a buff to the whole party. So everyone's getting this little very, very light healing over time, but the biggest thing this does is it increases all the other healing you receive. So obviously this will combo great with the cleric. And it's kind of like, the clerics are still going to be our premier healers, right? But bards are more of a support role, and they'll really will power up clerics and all the other archetypes when they're in the party.
Okay, so I can click on this melody, and it says it's a 20-second cast. So basically, it's ticking throughout that time. And can I use other abilities while the melody is playing?
That's right. Yeah, that's the other big part about melodies is that they work concurrently with your other abilities. So
Yo.
you can be casting in the other stuff, doing weapon combos, dodge rolling, and that'll all not interrupt your melody. That's active.
Very cool.
Okay.
And now, Tori,
That's actually really cool.
we don't have kind of the final versions of our.
That way you don't have to just stand there and do like nothing.
Music in for these melodies, but the intent there is to have our composer be creating these melodies to kind of
They got a flute.
live harmoniously with the ambient music of the biome as well as the other skills and abilities.
Correct. It's going to be a decently complex system, so it will take a while to get it properly implemented, but we don't want the music to interfere with your experience in a very atonal way, especially for at least those bard melody abilities. Those are going to be happening enough that you don't want them to be too annoying.
Very cool. And
I
now,
like that they're
Bucky,
taking that
specifically, you
under
mentioned
consideration.
this
That they don't
cheerful
want the music
melody,
to be
it
repetitive
augments
because
the healing received from the primary.
if you become a bard, you're gonna hear these songs for as long as you play. So that's really nice.
So this first one is called Shielding Dance, which heals everybody for a little bit over time, and also applies a heavy temp health shield. So this is a great one to use when people are about to die and the cleric needs some more time to heal. You can give everyone a shield.
Okay, so
That's awesome.
this applies a shield
Look at
to
that.
everyone around me.
Yep.
Heal yourself and nearby allies for 50% of your magical power every second. and apply up to 1 instance of the shield to each target.
If you hold shift, you can see the tooltip for shield, which is, yeah, just some temp health.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Oh, that's interesting.
400% of your healing power.
Mm-hmm.
For 50.
That's an interesting change, or how they're handling shields in this game.
Yeah, so it's a decent little chunk of health, or temp health, that is. And
which, I mean, I guess it's a potato-potato situation, because, you know, like in WoW, if a priest puts a shield on you, it's like they put an extra amount of health on you. Like, that's separate from your actual health pool. It's like the shield has its own health, and so if the shield health on you diminishes, then you lose the shield. But I'm noticing, if I don't move my mouse... Oh, look, okay, so it is showing up. However, it looks like it's just bonus health. Like he's saying, which is, you know, temp health. So, notice that white sliver, that's the shield. And then, you'll notice maybe the health pool goes up? No? No, the health pool stays the same. Okay.
How it materializes is just awesome.
That is so good. Siva did
That is
such a
really
great
cool,
job
though.
with this. Holy smokes, I love that.
yeah, that's pretty great.
And then the little lights above you,
Oh,
little sigil notes.
Hold on,
Yep.
you know, let me put myself in walk mode just so I can see myself slow move on the dancing here. Hold on.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Roleplay.
Yeah. Then Alex McPee did all the animations for this one. I think
Dude's about to drop a sick
That
beat.
is
The RP barb.
so great. I literally would just use that single ability.
All right, let's keep looking.
See your friendly icon. Okay, so we got some UI support finally coming in here.
Ooh,
And then we also have
look at that.
now a tomato, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me a little bit about the concept for the tomato.
Oh man, this is something Natalie was just instantly like, oh, we gotta do a tomato toss somewhere in this kit, you know, it was so good.
That's so
Especially when we're
good.
talking about what the effect would be called, like, you know, what else would demoralize you by getting some tomatoes thrown in your face?
I want to see like a trip status interaction, so you just like fall on your butt when you get hit by this.
Yeah. So
Like, just like a knockback,
the
like, or-
status,
yeah,
the
to,
one
like,
that
trip 'em.
interacts with the knockback on the get off the stage is actually from a different ability, but this would
They're
be
so
promoted this
wildly
maddening dance.
balanced with each other.
So if you use maddening dance after you throw a tomato at them, it'll promote their demoralize to humiliate.
Which
That was the-
one? Oh,
yeah,
I
that
see, I
one.
see, I see. Okay.
Blame the healer. What is humiliated?
Yeah.
What do we got?
Oh, yeah, that's cool. So damage dealt reduced by 30% towards targets other than the applier of this effect.
Oh.
So that means as the demoralized target, if it doesn't focus their abilities or effects on me, that it's reducing outgoing damage by 30%.
That's right. Yeah. So this is a shared status where
Okay, so that's actually really cool. So first they have to get demoralized, and then they get humiliated. And the way it's working is the person who gets humiliated does 30% damage less to everybody else, except the person who humiliated them. That's actually really, like, I really like that.
Very cool.
That's a good
yeah.
choice.
And the exact interact next up. So these are two offensive single target songs, so you can use it on Trad.
Portrait.
So this next one is called the Chilling Lament, and this is just ticking ice damage, and also stacks up chilled on the target, and has interaction. If they're already frozen, it'll just deal bonus damage instead.
Okay.
So you can kind of.
That's really cool. So you can get some of your ice damage in.
Right?
Ooh,
Look at that.
Chilling.
that's pretty cool. The chilled effect looks great too.
Mm-hmm.
Status condition.
Yeah, that one looks good. They're still iterating a lot of status conditions, but the ones they did for the mage so far are looking really good.
It's actually so that's
What
really
instrument is
clean.
that?
That is a harp.
Really? Okay. I like it.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it had a nice haunting tonality to it, which works really well, especially with these attacking abilities.
So you can't necessarily freeze them. You have to rely on your allies
Alright,
to
what
come
about
in with that
oh,
ice.
I think this is
Or
another one of my favorite visual effects as well.
Yeah, so this one's called the Dark
Ooh.
Lullaby, and this will deal spirit damage, which is kind of a new damage type we were adding, especially once we get to the summoner too. They might do more spirit damage type stuff. But this is a scaling damage, so it scales up in power, and it also notably won't wake up incapacitated targets. So normally incapacitated targets will break out.
Final hit apply stun for 6 seconds if the target is incapacitated.
Them up. And if the final hit
the one
still incapacitated, they become stunned. So it's kind of like a punisher for things that are already sleeping, and you like, you know.
The 1v1 potential on that is crazy.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, hit me with that first.
Oh yeah, watch this.
Okay.
Sleep.
He's gonna knock him out, and then mega stun him with damage.
Now.
So now I got the stun off. So
now normally that would have broken the effect, but because that specific ability has that interaction.
That was so clean.
That's cool.
Some free damage.
That was really good.
But now I'm immune.
Yep. See, the immunity is going to be huge for the overall like combat loop.
That looks awesome.
I'm also they said that it's nowhere near done, but even the music that they've chosen is really nice.
Cool. Okay. And what is that? What is that phrase that they use for forest fires? I can't remember.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Thank you.
You can prevent.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh,
That's pretty gnarly.
That's so awesome. Oh, that is so.
I hope they have God mode on. Otherwise, that did nothing.
That's correct. Yeah. So you'll have to spend the next
party members lose
minute or two to get them back up for your next saga.
Okay.
Oh wow. That looks great, Siva. Holy smokes.
It turned out awesome.
That is unbelievable.
Increase physical power by 10%. Nearby party members gain conflict. Last 30 seconds. I like the outstanding flaming effect too.
So I mean that takes a lot of setup though, because as you said, the cooldown on these
I hope that it ends up doing enough damage though.
Stories are 30 seconds. So at least 90 seconds.
I want to see the other sagas.
It's also pretty mana intensive as well. So if you're spamming this on cooldown, you'll go in pretty quick.
God, yeah. You might want to start pumping your pensive melody.
So good. Rondo. Okay, Rondo. I like his name.
Why you are
Rondo
for one.
Horner Sharp.
Yes. So here's his quest. Let's see. Called what? Yes, it's called Derigal Estates. Historically known as a source of pure essential water. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why the goblins moved in. Yeah, I gotta read the quest here. Yes.
They really are trying to build up a world here.
Yep,
and
so
that's
he's been overrun with goblins.
Very apparent.
Everywhere, so he wants to just get in there and kill some goblins and quiet the lesser lords of Derigal that have been summoned because the goblins have been shaking up this land and performing evil.
Not even greater lords or lesser lords?
I feel like the way it's going to end up working with the node system is that they'll try to program it so I don't know if Derigal Estates needs aid, and then you'll have a bunch of players rushing to this area to assist with helping out. And so when the whole like node clears it up, oh, look at, is that a goblin? It's a creeper. No, it's undead.
They catch you up to the group tread.
The epic melody.
I mean, these poor skeletons are just out here farming their life away. And we are interrupting.
Being in a party this huge is awesome.
Collateral damage.
We just pulled a bunch of goblins.
Yeah, dude, you gotta switch that 10% more. I'm telling them how to play a bard here. Right. Do the 10% more damage taken. Oh, they got a mini boss.
Trivial monsters. If only there was a greater challenge up ahead.
I know, right?
If only.
If only.
This is really
Oh my
cool.
God, they have a star next to their name.
Oh, what are these stars?
Typically that means elite unit?
So yeah, this is the first live stream I'll be showing off our elite system.
Ha, there it is.
And as you would expect, the star rank means that they are stronger, more dangerous. There's going to be 1 stars out here, and there's going to be some 2 stars inside as well. So definitely take this encounter a bit more seriously than the enemies we might have found up until now.
Dude, I am so ready
Brian, we should
to
probably
jump
have
into
you
groups, explore the
pull
world, and
what we need
assisting
to
my
pull.
party. I'm gonna hate
We got
myself if I end up
2-star
playing the
Legend
bard
Massilian here.
because
Watch out for
of
his knockback.
I won't be able to like solo anybody like a
Demoralizing with the
rogue, you know,
tomato in the face.
backstabs, but
They hate that.
the way this bard is
They might
playing
like the tomatoes, actually.
really hits
give him a
the
buff,
kind
yeah.
of class that I like. Being able to utility support, do a lot of damage, do a lot of healing, do a lot of regen.
Oh, that was so pleasant, actually. Your little harp.
I'm noticing
Yes.
everybody's like health pool. I know they're also helping
I love
damage.
the lighting in here.
Being able to do all of that
Yeah, they did a great job.
is
Looks all
huge.
like nice and weathered.
Ooh.
All the overgrowth on the mill as well.
Oh my.
Yeah, no
Oh,
wonder
he
these
switched
guys are
over
getting
to the,
here. This place is
The mage.
damp.
Alright, we're back on the bard.
Makes sense.
I'm trying to notice the buffs at
Pull
the
some
top.
mobs down after this.
Alright, so he's got
Are we
his
going upstairs? or-
mana regen
Yeah, we're going
melody.
upstairs.
I think the guy we're looking for is upstairs.
Gonna let
That's really
Brian
good.
Pull down carefully. Then I think we can go up and to the left.
So this is what the group content's gonna look like.
Okay, we're making good work of this.
Alright, yeah, you can move up and to the left. We'll
Bro's
use
gotta
this
get that
light
cheerful
up.
melody going.
Nice.
Start healing everybody.
Haven.
Yes.
Alright, they're fighting a boss now. But I feel like I can make a very good review on the bard so far. From everything that they've showcased, the different melodies that you can have going, that you can have like a huge AoE
He's gonna res here.
damage dump, and the bard is the utility class. And everything they've showcased for like the last 2 hours has been nothing but good utility. The damage seems okay, like they're definitely a supporter class.
He's back.
I'm curious how well they would do like solo, but as somebody even said in the chat that they were like, I don't see anybody playing 250 hours of solo bard. Like that honestly sounds torturous. But this is an MMO. You're not going to be playing alone. And everything that they've geared the bard towards, you'll always get group invites, and their abilities make sense and they're actually useful. I think the bard's in a really good place, and being able to watch like the actual gameplay, there's just like been going around questing over here. It's been very decently balanced, especially since all of these guys are like level 10, and all of the enemies are like 11 to 15. They also just showcased the elite system in this, which is super cool. But yeah, the bard's in a really good place. I think the Alpha 2 is going to be in a really good place for when it actually releases at the end or sometime in October. But this is going to be the alpha that goes until release. So they're going to take their time. This 6-man party is really cool. They're doing a really great job. So thanks for everybody who stopped by. Thanks for everybody who's still watching. And be sure to like this video. Definitely subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be a lot more Ashes of Creation content. And there will be live streams for when the alpha releases. There will be fillers here and there. So be sure to keep watching. And I'll catch you guys next time on Total Drama Island.